What's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video, my sports Gematria. Today I'm going to do a 3-team parlay on why I put it together. Nothing fancy, just a bunch of favorites, but it is cool to see. So I did my actual pick for Sunday morning games was the Packers over the Raiders, but the Packers were already a minus 200 favorite. So I threw in two other games. I threw in the Vikings, and I threw in I think it was the Lions and Bills. Yeah, Bills were a 1400 favorite. Vikings were a slight favorite, and then Packers were a favorite. But I had originally, um, because I didn't do the Thursday night football. Well, I mean, I did. I was biased on Chiefs. Those of you who've talked to me know I come from Kansas. I'm a Chiefs fan, so I didn't count that. But I was going to pick the Packers. Then I have the Cowboys for later. But I was going to pick the Packers. And they turned out to be favorites. I wanted to see if there's an upset here with the Raiders. But the Packers turned out to be the ones that look like they're going to win. And so they were minus 200 favorite, and so I was like, I'll put them in. See if I can find some teams to put them in, some other favorites to put them in. So daily numbers on my left side, date numerology, the Gregorian calendar, Hebrew calendar, and then on my right side is my game numbers. So we have the away team, which is the Raiders, and then we have the home team, which is the Packers. And then this is where the game is being played, or excuse me, this is the head-to-head record, and then this is where the game is being played at in Green Bay. Up top here, it's 105, or a total span of 106 days till this upcoming Super Bowl. And Aaron Rodgers, lucky for him, he went from 105 regular season wins to 106 regular season wins, exactly 105, or a total span of 106 days till the Super Bowl. It was his 165th regular season game, Aaron Rodgers, and on the Hebrew religious calendar, we have 165 date numerology. It's the 198th day of the year on the Hebrew calendar. John Gruden played his 198th regular game coaching, where he stayed on 102 wins as a coach regular season. Hebrew civil calendar date numerology of 102, where he stayed. Kind of going fast here, but actually the first thing I noticed about this game was that, of course, Green Bay sums to 41. This is the 13th game head-to-head between these two teams, 41 the 13th prime. Packers will be 4-1, like 41 at home for the season. 41 the 13th prime, and John Gruden gets his 41st loss as a coach for Oakland. He also picks up his 96th loss a regular season as a coach, a reflection of the number 69. Today on the Gregorian silver calendar has 69 date numerology, but the Gematria for those two numbers are the same as well. 96, 69, 96, 69, identical reflections of each other, as well as identical Gematrias. Date numerology 69. John Gruden gets his 96th loss while he sits on 102 wins. Date numerology of 102 on the Hebrew civil calendar. Derek Carr gets his 49th loss. Date numerology of 49. Green Bay Packers equals 69. Matt LaFleur, 69. Green Bay also sums to 139. And again on both ciphers, where's it at? 139, 139. Both ciphers. Green Bay, 139. So I had Packers, but they were favorites. So the reason why I picked the Vikings and the reason why I picked the Bills, and I didn't do any work on them. I only did the two games here so far, the Packers and the Cowboys, which are playing right now. But yeah, the reason why I did the Bills, for one, is that the Dolphins, if they would have lost, which they did, they would become 0-6 for the season, 0-2 for an array record. If you drop the zeros, it kind of looks like a number 62. Today is the 293rd day of the year on the Gregorian calendar, which is the 62nd prime number. 293, 62nd prime. So I went ahead and threw the Bills in the parlay. I mean, they're a minus 1400 favorite, but upsets do happen. And I was waiting for the 62, and that's the only reason why I picked it. I just eyeballed it. I didn't actually do any work on this. I was just like, oh, they can go 06 and 02, kind of like 62. Today's the 293rd day, the 62nd prime. All right, Bills are a heavy favorite. Let's roll with them. And then along with it, I did the Vikings. And the only reason why I did this is because the Lions, with the loss, would become 2, 3, and 1. So 2 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. Kind of like the number 231. And mathematics tells us that the number 231 is the 21st triangular number. And today on the Hebrew calendar is the 21st day of the new year. So I figured on the 21st day of the new year, you know, the Lions are going to go 2-3-1 for a record. So that's why I put Bills, Vikings, and then my D code was the Packers over Raiders in a 3-team parlay.